Steel City Interactive strongly believes that the fighter Jake Paul, YouTube sensational,
I think he meant to say sensation, but we'll let it slide,
is equal or better than Daniel Jacobs. Steel City Interactive also believes that Jake Paul is a better boxer than Caleb Plant. Ricky Hatton. Steel City believes that Jake Paul is better or equal to Ricky Hatton.
Oh God, it's hard to listen to this guy talk.
He should not have an overall rating of 84. I'm sorry. I understand that you have to pay him, and there's a lot of obligations and restrictions to having someone with the name of Jake Paul in your video game. And I'm pretty sure that was negotiated.
Bingo.
That his rating had to be at least a certain rating. And if that is the case, you know, it is what it is. But if that is not the case, it's probably safe to say somebody there don't know shit about boxing.
Hold on a second.
I don't know a lot about boxing.
I think you're talking about yourself, buddy.
If you think that Jake Paul is better than any of those fighters that I just named, Jake Paul can beat my ass.
Okay, so EyegameUwatch actually got it right the first time when he said that Jake Paul's overall rating was probably something that was negotiated. First of all, of course it was. Todd Grisham has done a lot of recruiting for some of the most popular boxers that are in the game now. Take a listen.
I was able to get Terrence Crawford to sign, and he was my first big signing. And once we announced him and showed him, then all of a sudden Lomachenko was a little bit interested in this person, and then it just kind of piled up and piled up and piled up. So to me, Terrence Crawford was the first guy that you could really sink your teeth into.
In a 2021 interview with Todd Grisham, he states that negotiating with boxers isn't always easy, and it doesn't always come down to the amount of money that they're going to pay the boxer. Sometimes boxers have weird demands. For example, you know, one guy won't be in the game unless this other guy has less power than him. Or, you know, Todd didn't name the guy, but he did say that somebody would only be in the game if he couldn't be defeated in career mode. They said, hey man, the player has to be able to beat every boxer. Sorry, we can't do that for you. So that boxer then passed on the offer. A prime example of this is Devin Haney. In the Devin Haney negotiations, he wanted to be on the front cover of the game, but they told him, sorry, it's going to be Canelo, and he passed on the offer. Take a listen.
There's a new game coming out called Undisputed. So the fans want to know, why aren't you in that game? Are you?
No. I had talked to him about it a long time ago about, you know, putting me on the cover. I wanted to be on the cover of it, and you know, it was some different people that was on the cover, and I wanted to be one of the people that was on the cover, and they didn't want to do it, so I just opted out to be out of the game.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Jake Paul's overall rating was part of the negotiations, and not just some guy working at Steel City Studios that was like, I strongly believe that Jake Paul is better than the following fighters: Daniel Jacobs, Kell Brook, Ricky Hatton. That didn't happen, bro.
He fought one real boxer and he lost. Everybody else he's fighting is like NBA players and retired MMA fighters.
Did you do any research before you made this video? Let's take a look at Jake Paul's record. After he lost to Tommy Fury, he went on to fight Andre August and Ryan Borland. Both of them are professional boxers. At the time, they had records of 10-1 and 17-2. Jake Paul knocked them both out in the first round. Watch.
It all started with the jab, right? He said he wanted to work on the jab. He set up that shot with a double jab.
I think too, he was always in range. You know, he got that range down right away because Borland wasn't giving him anything to think about. So he was able to get real good leverage on a lot of his shots, and nothing seemed forced from Jake Paul in that 1 minute or 2 minutes of action.
EyegameUwatch, if you're not going to do any research on the sport or the negotiations, then you shouldn't be misleading your followers with your uneducated opinions. Technology makes it super convenient to look up something. Whether it's Siri, Google, just do 2 seconds of research, bro, before you make these videos. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Funeral H2O out.
I don't know a lot about boxing.